Man, this sleep deprivation is really starting to piss me off. Because there's nothing more frustrating than going to bed on time, doing everything that needs to be done, having a nice wind down routine, and then your head lays down on the pillow and your mind just won't shut up. But anyway, this is not a pity party, because I used to let insomnia make me its bitch. I used to go about my days just flopping around, feeling really sorry for myself and feeling really misunderstood by the world. No, that's not the case anymore. I'm just really, really annoyed because today I wanted to come in and smash a 20 rep Widowmaker squats. And to be honest with you, last week I did come in with a night of serious sleep deprivation and I did smash 20 reps of squats. But I think I'm going to take my own advice that I said yesterday, especially with 2 nights of serious sleep deprivation in a row. Because there's being hardcore, there's being a warrior and thugging it out and doing something to push your mindset, and there's just being stupid, doing things that are asking for injury. And believe me, as cool as it would be to come in on 2 nights of sleep deprivation and hit a 20 rep PR on the squats, man, some days you just have to pull back just a little bit. Now, don't get it twisted. That does not mean taking it easy. It just means making smarter choices. For example, as you can see here, instead of the barbell back squat, I opted to go for the belt squat, which is just a phenomenal exercise for demolishing the legs without needing any involvement from your core or lower back, which makes it a perfect choice when you want to go absolutely balls to the wall, but you might be fatigued, sleep deprived, you might just not be feeling all that good. So I just went through my warm-ups and I'm about to hit my working set. And as you can see, I'm getting a little bit of butt wink, which when you have a bar on your back can be very problematic. Obviously, your lower back curling like this when you have weight behind you can be very dangerous. But the beauty of the belt squat is that it's absolutely fine because there's no actual load on your lower back. So seriously, if your gym has this machine, don't sleep on it because it complements the barbell back squat beautifully as long as you use it effectively. Go really deep, maybe add a nice pause at the bottom and go for the higher reps on this exercise. But as I said, just because you come in and take it easy does not mean you actually take it easy. I am absolutely demolishing my legs on this set because, as you can see, for most of the set, I wasn't holding myself using the handles. But now that I can't do any more reps, just, on my own, supporting myself, now's the time to use the handles. This is essentially a drop set because these are reps I wouldn't have got if I hadn't grabbed onto the thing. And it's obviously not the cleanest because my quads are destroyed. I am sort of hinging my way back up. And as you can see, that last rep, it wasn't the cleanest and it was brutal, let me tell you that. As you will see over the coming week, I love my supersets. Whenever I get a chance to just jump onto a different exercise without any rest, I'll take it because I don't have much time. I have to go to work. I have to film all these videos. I have a lot of stuff to do, right? So these supersets are a game changer. And after the belt squat, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't superset calves. I know, training calves is super boring, but it's got to be done unless you want chicken legs forever. And once that's done, it's time for another set of the belt squat. The beautiful thing about this exercise is you don't have to rest that long, especially if your cardio and your work capacity is where it needs to be. And I notice I haven't mentioned how much weight is on the machine. And to be honest with you, it's not that relevant because I'm not using the belt squat to PR and hit the heaviest weights imaginable. Obviously, I do progress every single week by either adding weight or adding reps, but the priority is just to get a really, really good, intense stimulus for my legs. And it's working very well, let me tell you that. I have a feeling that if I supported myself, maybe I wouldn't need to sort of curl over like you see here and let the lower back round a little. But man, that was a freaking ugly rep that I would have 100% failed if I hadn't grabbed onto the handles. And when I lower myself on these last few reps, you could probably tell that I let my knees travel forwards, and this allows the quads to hit eccentric failure as well as concentric failure. However, on the way back up to the top, I have to hinge a little, otherwise it's not coming up. And back to the calves, and I don't want to hear it. There's been so much cope going around that calves are genetics. You can't even grow them because they're a slow twitch muscle anyway. Absolute lies. Growing your calves is very possible. It's definitely not easy, and it's definitely not fun. So the next time you bitch and moan about not being able to grow your calves, I want you to show me your training log. How many weeks in a row have you trained calves twice a week? Go on, I'll wait. And I say twice a week, but truthfully, that is the bare minimum because your calves are very endurant. They like to be worked very frequently, which is exactly why typically the people with the largest calves are usually cyclists. You see them cycling around on the roads with their disgustingly tight shorts on, and you look at their calves and man, they're bulbous, they're juicy, they're engorged. So seriously, bro, stop skipping calves because you know it looks good and you can't deny it. But that was 2 sets, 1 and done, and we're on to the next exercise, which is the good morning. And to be honest with you, I really wish I got a better angle on here because I can't tell how low I'm going. The freaking plates are in the way, the pins are in the way, the rack is in the way, everything is in the way to make this just some garbage footage. But nonetheless, here I have 105 kilos on my back because it's very, very important to strengthen your posterior chain, which is your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, all in unison. And the best way to do that is with a hip hinge. You can either pick this or the Romanian deadlift. And I prefer the good morning simply because it allows me to fry my lower back just a little bit better. And obviously, you know me, I'm a supersetting maniac. What's the point of just standing and farting around, waiting for your next set, when you can do an exercise that doesn't work any of the same muscles, which is exactly why my next exercise is the neck curl. Because seriously, you can superset this with literally anything and it won't interfere. As a matter of fact, because it's so undemanding, you are going to recover while you do this exercise. And obviously, I want a thick and juicy neck, so I do my neck curls, and now I balance it out on the other side by doing neck extensions. And the reason I'm doing so is not just because I think having a thick and girthy neck looks amazing. It's also the ultimate life insurance policy. There have literally been accounts of people who've been in car accidents and the doctors told them that if their neck was any smaller and weaker, they would have died. So frickin' don't skip your neck, bro. It might save your life one day. Next things next. Once again, we're doing the second set of the good mornings. And I choose to drop the weight a little because I looked back at my form and I wasn't that happy with it. So here we have 100 straight kilos. And I chose to lower the pins a little so I could see my form a little better. Obviously, the majority of my torso is still being covered by the plates, which is super annoying, but I can tell that I'm going low enough to give my glutes the maximum stretch. Exactly like you can see. I'm really emphasizing sticking my ass all the way out. There are many possible variations that you can do with a good morning. The reason I'm doing this is because it allows me to lift heavier, to be honest with you. And I like lifting heavy. And obviously my old buddy Harry has to come along because he's always got a comment to make. He's more experienced, he's an older lifter, he knows his stuff. But there are several things we disagree on and we like going back and forth with each other. But yeah, man, gym is not just a place to lock in. Frickin' don't be a self-improvement social autist. Frickin' talk to people, man. So after the good mornings, I went and did another superset of the neck, because you best believe I don't skip. And for the final superset of the day, we have here the weighted crunch using the glute ham raise. And honestly, this feels insane. It's definitely better than the decline crunch because there is nothing to support you on your back. You can go very low in this, but there really is no point going any lower than parallel, which I am demonstrating beautifully, if I do say so myself. And I do have some weight on my back, which isn't much. It's only 15 kilos, but that's all you need, especially if you put it behind you. There's nothing more annoying than seeing people who think they're cool lifting a bunch of heavy weight on this exercise, but they have the weight in front of them and they literally use their upper body to momentum it up, thus making it so much easier. Which is exactly why when I can't do any more reps with the weight behind me, I put it on my forehead and crank out just a few last reps. Because, like I say, it's a lot easier to get the reps when the weight is in front of you, especially when you use your upper body to push it. And so I superset this with my new favorite toy, which is the hip abduction. And I can say with certainty that this machine is responsible for fixing my squat. You see, I used to have very dodgy knees when I squatted that would always cave in. I tried a whole bunch of things. I tried widening my stance. I tried narrowing my stance. Nothing was working until I learned how to actually engage my glutes properly when I squatted. And so the next set of the crunches is underway, and I chose to film it from a different angle. And I just can't stress how important it is to train your abs, no matter if you're cutting, no matter if you're bulking. The abs are a muscle like any other, and they can grow. And guess what? If you develop them, they're actually gonna show when you're at a higher body fat. Obviously, this comes with an exception. If you're an obese walrus and you're 30% body fat, no amount of crunches is going to make you ripped. But when you're in the sweet spot of about 15 to 18% and you're jacked and your abs are developed, oh man, it's going to make you look way leaner. And no, it's not going to make your waist blocky. That's not how the abs insert. Look at the freaking anatomy, bro. As I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself earlier, I truly believe this exercise is responsible for fixing my squat and helping stop my knee cave, because now I know if my glutes are actually working. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating, but it must be said. The workout is over. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.